Texas Tech Red Raiders. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Houston about to kick off to get things underway. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Texas Tech Red Raiders offense will have the football first. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Dropping back, it's Hammond. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Grabbed over the middle. It's Gentry. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Gets it past the mark. All down at the 38-yard line, and a big pickup of 15 yards there. And the Red Raiders with the 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. It was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense is doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
Got it behind the line. It's Hudson. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Pushed back behind the chains. It's 1st and 15. They give it to him again. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Hammond. Catch in the middle, it's Hudson. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Red Raiders in the hurry-up. To the air on first down. Caught over the middle, it's Eakin. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've pushed it forward down to the 5, but now looking at 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. Smashes it between the uprights. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. So Houston's offense will take the field for the first time. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
And the Cougars have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Quarterback on the keeper. Creates a little room. Breaks into the open. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the first down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the first down marker is.
At the 45 on his way. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And that is picture perfect by this quarterback. Nice job running the option, seeing he's not covered. Nobody's taking him. They didn't play that responsibility, and he chews up yards and makes the...
Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans. This offense better find out how to slow him down.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Guns up, and so is the noise. The crowd electric, trying to help Tech on this 3rd down. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Houston. A great catch and run for 6. The big tight end, always able to make the defense pay.
And tight ends have evolved so much in football. But these guys are like wide receivers now, and you see why. Got the athletic ability, the big bodies, throw to them, and they'll make big plays for you.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. They'll run it from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Hammond. Makes the grab, it's Williams. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32. And the Red Raiders come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Grab near the sticks. It's Hudson. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. The Red Raiders will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got it in the middle of Deacon. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route, and then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over from the moment the ball left his hand.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
That's the end of the period, and Houston has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. And the Red Raiders will send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week.
This punter is such a weapon. And because he's able to get that ball down deep in his opponent's territory, that really helps out the defense. You're now forcing the opponent to drive the field to score points.
The Houston offense ready to go back to work. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. He'll do it himself. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
Man, what a big-time play for this defense. Backed up, they come after the quarterback, and they get a hit, and it's a physical one. Get the football out, and man, do they set their offense up with great field position inside the 10-yard line.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Forced out of the pocket. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Wants to throw. It's Hammond. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
Man, they just couldn't find a hole. Down in the red zone, the field shrinks. So much harder to complete those passes. But 4th and short. Now, decision time, baby.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Red Raiders will try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Hauls it in. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Houston offense comes onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. Got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
It is always wacky, Reese. Like, there's always something that happens in the Big 12, and somebody comes out of nowhere in the Big 12 every single year. So starting in conference play, these games start to really matter, really add up, and the pressure amplifies.
It's so true, too. Think about the Big 12 conference. It just seems like teams get caught sleepwalking. So you've got to start fast. And the challenge, I think, for these coaching staffs, these two teams, every week they've got to have their team ready to go, and it starts today.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Out across the 30, mark down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. The Cougars are moving quickly down the field. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Got his man downfield. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Yeah, and you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route, understanding the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. Nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
Houston coming to the line with a new set of downs. Fires to the right. Makes the grab. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Got him downfield. Makes the stop at the 23-yard line, but it's a pickup of 15. A first down, and this offense is smelling the end zone. They just keep firing. He's got the tight end. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Well, this tight end is so athletic that at times they'll line him up in different parts of the field. That time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
Houston will snap it in the red zone. Off the play fake. Pressure coming. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Houston has it with a 1st and goal. Motion from the wideout. Going for 6. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Good pickup on the ground there. Give him 5 to the 16-yard line.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
Throws to the wideout. Got his little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So we got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy pass and catch.
Here's the pressure. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Hammond. Throws for the tight end. Finds a man in the middle. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
He is delivering the blow while running the ball, and he gets it to the 39. And the Red Raiders with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The give from the gun. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
Clock stopped. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. The Red Raiders kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Joyner. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Rushes on him. And to get rid of it quickly. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Pulls it in. It's Gentry. He'll be stopped at the 32. Still ground to cover if they want to convert, and 4th down is coming.
Timeout, Houston.
And here comes the field goal unit. And this kicker might be feeling it. He made one earlier, now from 49 yards out. And it's no good. And guys still down by 4, still needing a touchdown to take the lead. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. First play of the drive, wants to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. He is feeling it. A huge play. Almost took it to the house, but they got him at the 24. An explosive play. Takes them right outside the red zone, and they've got it 1st and 10. Pulls it in. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Houston trying to say hello to the end zone in this red zone trip. They'll run play action. Bring in the heat. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's 2nd down. Line getting set on 2nd down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Makes the grab down the middle. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. The Red Raider crowd rising to the occasion to help its defense on 3rd down. to pass. Pocket breaking down. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. So they'll send out the field goal unit. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. He'll try to put one down the boulevard from 42 yards out. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. Absolutely center cut. Now up by 7 points here in the second. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Dropping back, it's Hammond. Going to throw it over the top of the D. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Lubbock. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Jones AT&T Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. And the Red Raiders will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Houston offense once again. It's working. Why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter. There he goes. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line.
Well, look, I know this guy is not the biggest running back in college football, but boy, is he dangerous, right? He's so shifty. He's hard to bring down. It's a good idea to get him going in the passing game. Put him out in space. Let's see what he can do.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover. Pick up the first. The Cougars are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Brings a tackle, and he's got room. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. Houston getting set, looking at 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Houston is moving it quickly down the field. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Broussard. Now the connection takes it to the 11. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Grab behind the line. It's Thurman. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Off the play fake on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Ballard. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. The Red Raiders want to move quickly.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they've built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down.
42 Slider.
Looking downfield, it's Hammond. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves them in a hole. The short hands, it's Eakin. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch. It's Hudson. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Offense lining up quickly.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And the Red Raiders can really attack on this second and short. Gonna look downfield again. Caught, close to the marker, it's Hudson. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20. Oh, they're after him. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
They'll try to pop the draw. Hard running there. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Looking to throw, it's Hammond. Makes the grab. He can't find enough room. Stopped at the 17, and it brings up a 4th down.
Offense facing 4th down.
They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. The holder will kneel at the 24, a 34-yarder coming from the right hash. It's good. Now a 2-possession game at 24-13. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. NC State has the lead right now. This team can really open up the playbook at times, but I'm not sure this game is over just yet. They're up by 7 over Appalachian State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Sends it back in motion. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Grabbed behind the line. It's McGarry. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. And the Cougars now with a long way to go to pick up the first down.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Works the middle. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way...
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Cougars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass. Under fire. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
They'll go to the ground. He won't get there. It'll bring up fourth down. Houston will be forced to punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. First one of the day is on its way, and he's been sort of scarce around here, only called on one time in that loss last week. And the returner will be brought down. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit, and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to have to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets hyped. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Back to pass, it's Hammond. Fires to the tight end. Still running at the 40. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Hudson. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Going to sling it on second down. Finds his tight end. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Red Raiders want to crank the tempo.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
Quickly out to the tight end. He is pushed out of bounds at the 19-yard line.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Caught near the sticks. It's Gentry. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. First and goal. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. And the Red Raiders have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Working that left side now. He's in there for the 2-point conversion, and now they're within a field goal. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball?
Turning it on! And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. Houston coming to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. To the 15. Trying to rumble in. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. That one interception in the loss last week really stuck with him, but he's answered by taking care of the football in this game.
Nice answer. Just a nice bounce back. When you're the leader and you're the guy that everybody...
Touchdown, Cougar! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Looking for a man. It's Hammond. That's caught. It's Williams. Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. They had the 1st down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on 2nd down. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. The Red Raiders headed quickly to the line.
And his offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Wants to keep it in the air. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hudson. Breaks into the open. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. They'll put in play from the 27, first down. Quarterback making checks. To the air on first down. A shot for the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Close it out in space. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. The Cougars trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down. That's reeled in. It's Broussard. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
You complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that, and the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Finds the tight end. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it first and 10 at the 31. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly complete. And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the first down. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. Second down, they'll go to the air. Caught in the backfield. It's Broussard. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Guns up, and so is the noise. The crowd electric trying to help Tech on this third down. Now the play fake. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left.
I tell you what, I love having a quarterback that trusts himself, that knows in a big situation in the fourth quarter, he can take off and still take care of the football, get a big first down, continue to put this offense in a good position to succeed.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, second and 7. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, second and 7. Wide receiver comes in motion. The give, and tick, 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 tick. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They've been very good at moving the chains on third down. 2 for 2 on this drive. This time they need 6. The give on the inside. Brought down at the 37-yard line, and this defense denies them on third down. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. That is no good. Lead is still in double digits, but missed a chance to make it bigger.
Man, sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss, make rate, and listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Back to throw, it's Hammond. Here's a heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And now this offense will try to overcome that second down incompletion. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. With the catch, it's Hudson. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete.
Well, they're not able to hook up on that throw, but they need to score now. This juncture of the game, this late in the game, they need a touchdown, they need an onside kick recovered, and they need to score again if they're going to win. The sense of urgency is just off the charts.
4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. He wants to throw it again. Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly deep downfield. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
After hitting that field goal down a possession here late, one timeout in your back pocket, I'm thinking we're still going to see onside kick here. So nice job by the kicker. They're knocking it through the uprights. Now the big question, can he execute the onside kick?
They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive, Reese. Productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage, probably getting blitzed, it's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
Got a man, it's Broussard. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Red Raider crowd rising to the occasion to help its defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. That took every ounce of leg strength he had to sneak that one into the left corner. And now the lead is even bigger.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a two-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. They're starting to feel a little desperation here, David. They just can't press yet.
It's go time. We got to put some drives together, down multiple possessions, Jesse. We don't have any time to waste.
Yeah, so at this point of the game, your best players have to touch the football. You've got to dial up plays, getting your biggest playmakers involved now if you're going to win this game.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Quarterback making adjustments. Motion from the wide receiver. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back.
False start on offense.
Mental errors like that just kill drives. We'll see if they can overcome it. To the air. It's Hammond. Here's a throw downfield late. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot and see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. He wants a big play here late. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. Sometimes it's just not your day. Things just didn't work, and that seemed to be the case here.
Yeah, they didn't get the W. They didn't do enough. But now you start to think about what could I have done differently? What do I need to become more offensively? Defensively, what can I morph into to make those extra plays, Jesse? That might be the difference in the next game that I play.
Yeah, David, they just need a little bit more. They need a little bit better effort next week. They're going to need better preparation this week in practice. There's no doubt this team has a lot of talent, but we just need a little bit more to ensure that this doesn't happen next week.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.